you're going to need a couple things. I got this cool little kit for my screwdriver, which is really nice. Now, I also have a T8. This one is a security bit. You can see if we can get it in there. It's kind of hard to see. There's a little hole. It's hard to see, but you can see it now. Alright, so this is a T8 bit. You will need one of these. This will allow you to unscrew the controller. You're going to need this stuff. Rubber cement. And you're going to need a small Torx bit. Now this Torx bit seems to be a T6, sorry. This one right here in my set is the same size as this one. And through process of elimination, I'm assuming that's a 6, but they're not labeled. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove this panel here. Now this is pretty easy to do. I've got a Nyko thing, but you should just be able to push right here like this. I like grabbing this one because it makes it a little easier. Set that aside. Grab this guy. Just pull this right out. If you have batteries, they'll be in here, obviously. That should be something you should probably know how to do already. Now, one thing you really have to do is on the controllers, this right here won't be here. This whole sticker is full. There is one underneath the sticker, and the easiest way I have found to do this is you just kind of feel out for it, and you just push straight through the sticker to get to this one. So I'll try to do this so you can see it. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this somewhere where you can get to it and you're not going to knock it around, anything like that. So now you notice there's nothing anywhere. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to get these off. Now I use my fingers. You don't have to. Chances are, no matter what you do, you're going to cause some damage to these little covers. So what you want to do is grab in here like this. It's hard to see me doing it. Grab that and pull that off. Now mine came off a lot easier than yours is probably going to come off. You can also use a credit card or something similar. I'm try to do this again. Like that. It's pretty easy to do. So there are 4 more screws. There's one here. There's one here. And it's mirrored on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and take those off. I'm not going to film myself taking those off because it's really easy to do. And then I'll resume the video. Okay, as you can see, I have removed all 5 screws to the controller. We've removed the 5 screws. Just place it down like this. Just grab the faceplate, comes right off. Nice and simple. Real easy. Put that out of the way. Now, if you're looking at the controller from the front here, you will see that it looks kind of cool, really. This controller will come apart relatively easily. Just get your fingers underneath here, like this, and just lift up. Comes apart. Easy to do. Go ahead and take this part, put that over here. Now, you need to notice these 2 prongs here. They're kind of important because in this spot right here, they need to go in this little slot. If they don't sit there, you won't get any power. Okay, now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to disassemble, at least partially, these controller triggers right here. Now, it's hard to see, but if you can see that there is a screw on the triggers here, and there's one here as well. So both of those have to be removed. The problem with that is that it's really difficult to get in here and remove these little guys. Because the controller kind of gets in the way, and this goes straight down, and you can't really go at it from the direction that you should be able to. This one is a lot easier. So you can see how I have to kind of turn the controller so that I get a solid perpendicular with this. Okay, so that should be done. And these controller triggers actually just come right off. They're not hard to get off at all. If this gives you any kind of difficulty, it's not done, and you need to remove it. Now, I'm doing this with a brand new controller. Your controller might have damage or something else like that. So take the controller pieces and just put them over there somewhere out of the way. I'm going to do the other side off of camera, and then we will resume from where I was. Okay, now I have removed it, so I don't need this guy anymore. I'm done with that. Okay, so show the front ones. There is this one here, this one here. Those two are the main vibration motors, and this just spins. And the difference in weight, so you can see this, the difference in weight causes this thing to move up and down relatively quickly. The reason why there's rubber on this is because they don't want it moving all over the place. Makes a lot of sense. Newer controllers have these, which are inside of the triggers, which also provide the pulses as well. So, normally, these are in here pretty darn tight. But if your controller is old, you've been beating the crap out of it a little bit, or something else like that, it becomes a little bit on the loose side. So when this begins flipping around quickly, it'll vibrate inside of here, and it'll make a god-awful noise. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take that rubber cement right there. I'm going to apply it to the bottom of this on both sides, and I'm also going to apply it to these. These things actually will come out of here, so you grab them, pull them up like that, just like that, and then grab some Elmer's rubber cement. Has to be rubber cement because we want to use rubber here. Okay, get some on the brush. Go ahead and just dump some of that on there. You want to get a pretty good dollop of the stuff. You don't want a huge amount because it'll just bite you in the butt. So, okay, I've got quite a bit on there. Don't need a huge amount. Let's grab it. Kind of just go in there and push it down. That's fine. Okay. It actually does sit flat. If you actually look at the top of the controllers, the top of the triggers, there's 3 lines. That's not the same way inside of these. I'll show you as best I can here. Can grab this one, move that one out of the way there. You can see that's a nice flat surface. So you should be able to use rubber cement pretty easily. So anyway, you can grab this one. Get that one up there like that. Rubber cement takes a while to set, so kind of hold it up while you're doing this part. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to grab this, I'm going to liberally apply some to the bottom here, and then we're going to put it back in. So get this stuff. Lots and lots of glue. Don't want all that crap. Alright, so go ahead and do this. And what you want to do on the other ones, make sure that you are very, very careful about adding too much rubber cement. If you add too much, it will pop through the bottom here and will gravitate up towards the top there. And now you can imagine rubber cement is not going to allow this thing to swing very freely. So it's probably a bad idea to use a ton of this stuff. This is all going to provide shock impact. because rubber cement is not a glue that is hard. It is a glue that is extremely pliable. So using it in places that shake a lot is okay. It won't come apart. So now what we want to do is we want to put everything back together. If you were careful, both of your screws will still be in the trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Go ahead and just put this back where it was. And then we're going to grab our trusty little screwdriver here. Now, just to be sure, you want to make sure these are very tight. You do not want these to be free floating at all. If you lose one of these screws, try to find a way to replace it, because this won't work right. You probably make everything nice and worse, actually. So, how are we going to reassemble the thing from here? Well, grab this. As I said earlier, you have to make sure that when you put everything back together, these two little pins on the side there align properly. Get in there, and you should see this hole here. I don't know if you actually can see through it. It's difficult. Alright, so kind of push down until that all connects there. Looks good. Alright, so this is how the controller should look. Now you should notice that the triggers won't move. So what we want to do is push this out a little bit, push these down, push this out, push these down. Keep it nice and grippy. Want to make sure you have that. Now, before you do anything else, grab your top part, put it on here, hold it as well as you can. Sorry about that. Grab that, go ahead and throw that in there. Just like that. That's tight. I like to do this one first, and then do the top one here, this one down here, and this one down here. Okay, I put all the screws back in. So the last thing you need to do is grab your little feet here. Just grab them and snap them back into place. There is a pretty strong chance that the little clips will break. As you can see, one of them broke on this one. For the most part, as long as you don't break a lot of them, they're okay. Like I said, this is the only one that's broken. If they don't force them, you'll break them. Try to take it off again and try to fix it back together. Go ahead and grab that. Controller is connected to my PC, and the rumble function should be considerably quieter than it used to be. So if you are one of those people that has a problem with this, you can go ahead and give this a try and see if that'll help. It did help with my other controller. This is actually a brand new controller. There was nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to show you how to do this. If you want to give that a try, go ahead. Let me know how that works for you. And if it doesn't do anything whatsoever, please let me know. Because I need to figure out what I did to fix the controller by just taking it apart and putting some rubber cement in it then. If there's any other material that you can think of to use that would be better, also put that in the comments. In the meantime, have a good night.